Welcome friends. I am Miss Sharma. In this video I am going to be talking about principle and importance of biotechnology. In the process of biotechnology, enzymes or living organisms are used from the organisms themselves to result in products that are useful to humans and used to improve our lives on the planet. A few techniques like test tube babies from in vitro fertilization, gene synthesizing, DNA vaccine development and defective gene correction are parts of biotechnology. Biologically, microorganisms have been used for more than 5,000 plus years to make useful food products. Bread, cheese, and dairy products are the best examples of harnessing cellular and biomolecular processes. Biotechnology principles and processes are helping the world in many aspects by harnessing the genetic makeup. For example, the application of fermentation in alcohol production is a biological technique that has grown and expanded into genomics, recombinant gene methodologies, applied immunology, pharmaceuticals, and its applications that have extended across many fields like genetic engineering, agriculture, medicine, etc. Biotechnology is also used in the form of bioinformatics to empower the field of research and development. This research is then used for the extraction and production of living entities through biochemical engineering. It means products are produced from raw materials with the support of living organisms. History of biotechnology. Agriculture in theory has been told as a primary way of producing food from the time of the Neolithic Age. In the early days of biotechnology, the first-come farmers were selected to grow the best-suited crops that had the highest yields in order to grow enough food to feed the whole population. When the fields and the crops on it grew larger, it became very hard to maintain them. Because of it, a discovery had been made that certain organisms along with their byproducts can fertilize effectively, control pests, and restore nitrogen. This is one of the early forms of biotechnology. These methods were also added in the early fermentation of beer. In India, China, Italy, and early Mesopotamia, these methods were introduced and they are still valid. Humans have used biotechnology since the dawn of civilization. Egyptians used yeasts to bake leavened bread, the Chinese developed fermentation techniques for brewing and cheese making, and the Aztecs used spirulina algae to make cakes. Today, when most people think of biotechnology, they probably think of recombinant DNA. Although much of modern biotechnology does deal with manipulating DNA, classical biotechnology began long before we even knew about genes or chromosomes. What began as recipes for production of food now includes technology to enhance everything from farming to pharmaceuticals. Importance of biotechnology. Biotechnology had advanced to various procedures over time like DNA manipulation, tissue culture, protoplast fusion, protein engineering, call catalysis, immobilized enzymes. Biotechnology has led to the synthesis of several products and services for the welfare of mankind like immunology, biochemistry, genetic engineering, cell biology, chemical engineering, molecular biology. A few of the important and path-breaking contributions of biotechnology are given below. DNA vaccines, plant tissue culture, recombinant DNA technique, production of humulin, in vitro fertilization or test tube baby. Principle of biotechnology. The basic principles of biotechnology that initiated the inception of biotechnology are genetic engineering. The underlying principle used in this process is to alter the existing organisms by modifying the genetic makeup of the organism, which involves recombinant DNA technology. The biotech process involved in genetic engineering is given below. Isolation of the DNA from the donor organism. DNA fragmentation using the restriction endonucleases. Ligation of the desired DNA fragment into the vector. Recombinant DNA is then transferred to the host. culture of transformed cells in a nutrient medium, extraction of the desired production, chemical engineering. The main point of distinction between biotechnology and chemical engineering is the scale of operation, as mostly the products from biotechnology are low on the volume of biochemicals and high on value. Biotechnology increased the scope of pharmaceuticals, and its application has given excellent products in terms of quality as well as quantity. Examples include vaccines, enzymes, antibiotics, etc. Biotechnology process and applications. Biotechnology has been used in different fields to modify and produce products for human welfare. The applications of biotechnology include agriculture. The application of biotechnology in the field of agriculture gave way to the Green Revolution. The contribution of biotechnology in the field of agriculture includes organic agriculture, agrochemical-based agriculture, genetically engineered crop-based agriculture. Biotechnology has helped with tripling food production. It has also proved to be beneficial for the introduction of pest-resistant plants and genetically modified crops that increase food production and help to meet the needs of the growing human population. Medicine. The involvement of recombinant DNA technology has permitted the mass production of safe and more effective therapeutic drugs. These drugs are produced as a result of genetic engineering. For example, humulin, which is genetically modified insulin, is used to treat diabetes. Biotechnology has also developed a gene therapy that helps in the removal of genetic disorders in the embryo. Some other applications of biotechnology in medicine include PCR and ELISA. Transgenic animals. Transgenic animals are the ones in whom a new and altered gene has been inserted experimentally into the genome by the process of genetic engineering. A few examples of transgenic animals include pigs, sheep, cows, rats, rabbits, fish, etc. The aim that led to the creation of transgenic animals include to study the different types of diseases, for testing the safety of vaccines and toxicity of the drugs before they are used on the animals, for the production of biological products, to study the regulation of the genes and how they affect the normal functioning of the body and its development, to study the contribution of the genes in the development of the genes. Aquaculture. Biotechnology helps in the improvement of life and the quantity of fish. The gonadotropin-releasing hormone is introduced in the fish to enhance the breeding, which helps in enhancing the growth and genetic characteristics. It also assists in preventing a number of diseases. Antibiotics. Biotechnology helps in the production of antibiotics, vaccines, artificial hormones with the use of plants. The genes with the desired characteristics are induced into the plants to manufacture the encoded proteins. The edible vaccines are cost-effective, can be easily stored, and are administered in the body. They are used in the treatment of diseases like hepatitis, cholera, measles, etc. DNA cloning. In DNA cloning, duplicate, identical copies of a DNA piece such as a gene are made. The cloned DNA can be used to investigate the characteristics of the gene like size, tissue distribution, etc. In the process of DNA cloning, the target DNA is isolated and litigated into an appropriate cloning vector, and plasmids are transformed into bacteria or a suitable recombinant host to promote propagation. Conclusion. The principles of biotechnology include the origin of replication of DNA, cloning process, plasmid, antibiotic resistance gene, vector technology, restriction of enzymes method, and ligase. All living organisms can be genetically modified with the introduction of biotechnology. Biotechnology, principles and processes study material will enhance your knowledge about biological processes used in biotechnology and develop your learning practice. A wide range of valuable biotechnology, principles and processes study material shall help you understand that biotech uses biological processes to become microscopic manufacturing plants. Thank you everyone for watching this video.